What a race, huh? A 4-team log jam in the race for that one final playoff spot left remaining in the anti-penultimate day of the regular season. The Washington Capitals, the Detroit Red Wings, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Philadelphia Flyers were all battling for that second wild card position in the Eastern Conference. It was a battle that raged for just a few weeks because they were all clustered together. They would swap that position. They would swap that position between teams. Pittsburgh would have it. And Washington, Detroit, Philly was in that wild card race because they fell off, but they were still in the thick of it, barely hanging on by a thread. Finally, on this day, once again, the anti-penultimate day of the regular season, we would see two teams with a chance to end the race and nab that final spot. In the end, one team emerged victorious in this wild, fatal four-way. I present to you the winners of the last wild card spot in the Eastern Conference and the 16th and final team to clinch a spot in this year's insane round robin. The Washington Capitals. Holy shnikey. Yes, the Washington Capitals somehow, by hook or crook, by some miracle, got in. All they had to do was win, and they did that. They beat the Philadelphia Flyers 2-1 with the goal scored by Alex Ovechkin and TJ Oshie. Oshie's goal was the GWG that put the Capitals in the SCP, Stanley Cup playoffs. Yeah, so for the Capitals, it is their 9th playoff appearance in 10 years. And how did they get in? Hell if I know. It's a mystery because this team was a mess from the get-go, and they were messy even at the end. But they managed to get in because the rest of the playoff field in the East was messy, just crazy. So I remember watching that whole season, going, Washington's not going to make it, but at least they have the Ovechkin story. He's going to get closer to Gretzky, and that goal he scored was his 31st. And he's now at 853 goals, which is 41 behind the great one. And he's getting closer, and he gets another taste of the playoffs after missing out last year. And he has a couple of cup winners to help him. So, so Washington's in, I can believe, with a minus 37 goal differential, which is very low. But they're in. They're in regardless. That's the nature of the beast. And, of course, as a result, the Red Wings, Penguins, and Flyers seasons all ended. The Flyers fizzled. That's why they missed out. Penguins were this close, but sadly, Game 82 will just be to finish the season and hopefully have some high hopes for next season. And the Red Wings, they were almost there. But that team in Buffalo, was between that team and the Sabres, they were expected to kind of end their droughts and get in. And, of course, unfortunately, they finished tied with the Capitals in points, but the Caps had tiebreakers. So, but all that means is maybe next year they'll have a shot. Who knows? But the Capitals are in. They nabbed the last spot. So the Sweet 16 is all in. The Sweet 16's in. It's just a matter of some positioning. There's not much left to decide as far as positioning because all of the East series are all wrapped up. All the East series are wrapped up. There's one West series that's wrapped up, and there's only a few pieces that need to be solved in the Western Conference. So the NHL is almost done putting all of those pieces together. So once again, congrats Capitals, and do they upset the Rangers? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, last year taught it. Well, every year in hockey teaches us anything can happen, but last year was just crazy. I mean, Florida beating out Boston like that and then going all the way to the Cup final. I'm not saying Washington's going to do the same thing to the Rangers, but who knows? So that is my congratulatory video for the Caps. Once again, congrats to the Caps for getting in somehow. So if you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. If you're on TikTok, feel free to hit that follow button. My story about the Caps will be featured Check it out when you can, and I'll be back in just 2 more nights after Thursday's action ends, and I'll get you ready for the playoffs. So stay tuned.